What's going on, guys? Chris Weidman here, and I want to give you my thoughts on the Conor McGregor Dustin Poirier fight and what ended up happening to Conor McGregor. It's crazy because I thought going into this fight, what Conor needed to do was kick a lot. He needed to go in there and kick with the kicker. Last time he came into box, he was plodding forward as if it was a boxing match. And I said he needed to get back to his old self with that open stance, almost like a karate stance, like Wonder Boy, bounce on his toes and kind of bait him into stuff, into his lead left hand and his slide back left hand. But everything was, in my mind, was going to be based off of distance control and kicking, going back to his kicks. And he opened up with some spinning back kicks and some beautiful kicks to the leg. And he was looking good. Next thing I know, he gets taken down. Poirier was, doing great, ground and pounding. And they get back up to their feet. They're scuffling, going back and forth. There's a couple of kicks exchanged. And next thing I know, Conor's going to throw his left hand, and his leg gives out on him, and he goes down. And I'm like, holy shit, did his leg just break? And they would go back to replay. And I'm like, yeah, but like, where the hell did that happen? And I've looked at a couple different shots of him kicking, from kicking above the knee, hard, very hard kicks he was throwing. But nothing was like bone on bone to where, it was going to be like me and Anderson Silva where our legs completely snapped around the other guy's leg. But I think what his coach said makes sense. John Kavanaugh, he did an interview and he was saying that he believes it was a cumulative effect where the kicks built up and there might have been like a small fracture and that built into a bigger fracture. And then eventually as his weight went down that leg and he went to turn, his leg gave out on him. So he sits down and his first reaction is really not to, deal with the pain and focus on getting through that terrible moment. Instead, he is just cursing out Poirier. He's going nuts. And in my head, I'm like, hang on a second. If his leg is broken, my leg is broken, there's no way he's doing that right now because the pain that I had when it happened to me was insane. And I don't care what anybody was doing to talk shit to me at that point, I was not going to be responding. I was done. I was in so much pain, I can't even explain it. Mine was different. Obviously, it was super traumatic. One huge shotgun went off in the building. Both my tibia and fibula snapped. My bones went through my calf muscle and the skin out the other side, so compound fracture. Definitely different. A lot of soft tissue damage, nerve damage, etc. But either way, he breaks his leg in half, and this guy's talking shit back and forth to Poirier still, which is mind-boggling to me. He's definitely a tough dude, mentally tough, and his goal was to win that fight, and he was freaking angry. So I just now moving forward, he ended up getting a surgery. We don't really know much. We don't know what kind of surgery he got. We don't know if they put him in a cast or a boot. I don't know exactly even if he broke his, I haven't seen the x-rays yet. I know he broke his tibia. You can see that. They said he broke his fibula. I would love to see x-rays. I'm curious if they're going to decide to put a rod through the middle of the tibia like they did for me. They did a rod through the middle of the tibia, plate on the top of the leg, plate on the bottom of the leg to keep that rod in place. And they left my fibula bone broken. I don't know if they're going to plate his tibia bone, which I know sometimes they do. And then they also can plate the fibula bone as well. So I'm curious on what they did for the surgery. But either way, he's going to have a tough recovery. It's not going to be easy. It was very hard for me. I don't know if it was that much different just because it was a compound fracture and the way it happened. But either way, I know Conor said he's going to be off crutches in 6 weeks. I 100% agree. I don't know if they put him in a boot, a cast, or any of that stuff. I was completely in nothing. They didn't put anything on me. That's just kind of a doctor choice. I think with this injury, because each injury is so different when you break your tibia and your fibula, each doctor could kind of have his own opinion on how to handle the recovery process as far as guarding it, either with a brace, a boot, a cast or nothing at all. My doctor just decided he felt like it was best to just have full weight bearing and nothing on it at all. I was, just to give some reference on recovery time, I was in the most pain ever for about 3 weeks. It started kind of going away when I was laying down. As I stood up, it was still very painful to about 6 weeks every time I would get up on my feet. But that being said, my doctor told me I could do whatever I can tolerate. So at 4 weeks, I started walking on my own without the crutches. At 5 weeks, I was in the gym, boxing, and doing what I can. And yeah, so I think Conor, especially because I think his is going to be less complicated than mine, just because I don't think there was any soft tissue damage. I don't think he had nerve damage. And he doesn't have to worry about infection issues with going through the skin. I think he's going to be back even faster than I was. And, I just, my prayers and my thoughts are with him and his family. It hasn't been easy for me at all. It hasn't been easy for my family, especially those first several weeks. So, I just hope he gets through it okay and recovers well. And mentally and physically gets back to where he needs to be in order to do what he loves, which is to fight. So I hit up Conor on Instagram and just offered my services if he needed any, if he had any questions, and wanted to talk to another guy who went through it, because when you start going through that recovery process, it freaking sucks. And there's not too many people that have gone through this type of situation. So I just wanted to let him know I'm here if he has any questions to, get him through those times. I want to thank everybody for all the support and prayers that I've got from everybody since I had my injury about 9 weeks ago. It's been overwhelming and so inspiring for me. Make sure to check out my podcast, Won't Back Down, my YouTube channel, Chris Weidman. And we got some big things coming, man. I can't wait to get back in that octagon. I know I have a lot of potential and I have some more big things I want to do, and I feel more inspired and motivated than ever, especially with all the support I have now. So thank you, and see you soon. Guys, if you have any questions or comments, make sure to go on my YouTube channel, subscribe first because that's most important. And then on the video, go down to the comments and ask me questions. I'm on there, I'm reading comments, I'm answering questions, and I really appreciate all of your support, and thanks for watching.